Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Campfire Stories D&D. Today we will be playing the next installment in our Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign, hosted and DM'd by the lovely Caitlin. Uh, this is mostly probably going to be a role-playing session where we dig around a tavern for a little bit, so... if you're excited to join us on that ride, join us by the firelight as we retell our story.
I believe where we left off, Callan and Dante had split off to take the halflings back to the abandoned estate. Um, the other two remain at the tavern. So, is there anything that the two of you want to discuss on your way back to the tavern after dropping them off and making sure they were settled in?
Yeah, probably a few things. So now that we've ditched our extra company, what do you make of all this tavern business? You don't seem like someone to root up your entire life and just pick up a new project like this.
Well, I'll be honest. I've never really had a project that's been my own that's not related to school. It's kind of nice, honestly. I'm kind of excited for the most part. I know a lot about business. I've seen a lot of my father doing businessy things, but I myself have never been able to take a front step on all of it, and it's looking forward to it, actually.
Well, it seems like you should be the one maintaining our numbers then. Maybe keeping the correspondence between the guilds.
My dog is very excited right now. I mean, I would actually love to do that. As long as you think that I, of course, would be good for that.
Well, maybe with a little bit of help from Atami. They are very, very charismatic and good with dealing with people, but seems like you have the most experience in this type of thing, so I see no one better.
Maybe I deal with the financial side of things, and Atami takes more of a face of the tavern itself, a face of the company.
I think that could work. Personally, I'd like to only be tied from the background and try not to put my name out there too much.
And what about if you deal with the... You seem to be taking on a leadership role, but in a more quiet back, like in the shadows, almost.
That's how I prefer.
Which I don't mind. I think that actually might make a lot of sense for you, and something that we seem to need, especially here in this city. Seems like what's the word I'm looking for? The deals that are just with cash, or what is that word? There's a word
like
there.
A back alley deal.
That one. Thank you. I could come up with the word back, and I could not think of alley. Back alley. Perhaps more of the back alley deals. That might be more suited for you, and I think that would be wonderful for you if you're willing, of course.
I'd be more than willing. I do have quite a few connections within the city. Maybe I could get us some things that are a bit harder to get our hands on. Rare
Legally,
wine.
of course.
Of course. I operate within the law mostly.
I'll take mostly. But that's a good start. And then, I don't know, Mason could be our book. No, wait, that would be me. Something with books.
Something with books. Resident librarian suits her, I think.
Actually, maybe not a bad idea. I don't know, maybe she has an idea that we can discuss with her, but I think, yes, especially you dealing with the clan. I don't know what they were called, clans or
Guilds.
The guilds, yeah. That might be a great place for you to start to keep up those interactions.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. And also, lending myself to my expertise, I'm going to try to make the most of my time while we're kicked back relaxing, trying to find any leads on our current scenario. Maybe I can look into your friend a little bit. I can talk to Vincent.
And that's a great idea too.
Another thing I wanted to bring up is I know we've kind of perhaps abused your friend's dwelling. Is there anything you need to get off your chest relating to that?
Well, I'm a little bit concerned. I know how I would feel if I were in his shoes. It feels odd, us just taking all of his belongings. Granted, on the other side of it, it does give them a use, and he may look at it that way, but I just don't know how. It just feels uncomfortable somewhat, and I don't know how to really come to terms with it. So,
I
what do you
understand.
think about that?
Well, perhaps we try to not take too much more from there, and at least every few days or so, we'll come check up on our halfling friends and make sure they're not just destroying the place.
Mm-hmm. Perhaps we put them on making sure it's upkept in general.
We need to make sure we can trust them still. We've only known them for about a day, so
I
I'm a bit
definitely am
wary.
hesitant on that front too. And we did put them in the servants' quarters, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So I think having them in the servants' quarters is a good thing, and perhaps at some point, if we do eventually learn to trust them and they show us that they are worthy of our trust, that we can maybe move them into better quarters.
Perhaps. I don't have the most trust for people who just show up off the streets, especially with the little amount of advertisement we've had, but
Right.
I'm a bit paranoid, so we'll leave it at that for now.
You don't think this is something we should look into the... I feel like, who knows, possibly a relative of Donnie's, a relative of the Shrins, who knows, they could come and claim the estate in itself as they've disappeared. I don't
Well,
know.
about how long has it been now since he has disappeared?
That's a great question, Madam DM.
It's been about 3 days.
We just stolen all their shit in the last 3 days.
Well,
Love
They
that.
use
You don't
it.
even know the half of it.
Man, 3 days and we already own a tavern? What the fuck?
Dog, it's been a
Wild
journey.
times. Man, killing it.
No, I would say 3 days since like you guys took in ownership and found out that he was missing.
Still.
Yeah.
That's
So like
perfect.
5
Okay.
days that you've known each other, if it puts it into perspective.
Love that.
Hasn't even been a full calendar week yet.
You know, this has been a whirlwind of an adventure so far, and owning a tavern has seemed to kind of fallen in our laps, and I think running with it is a great idea.
I agree. Let it be the first of many adventures we have.
I agree. But while we're on the subject, how are you doing? How do you feel about the tavern and all?
Not what I expected on the start of all this, I have to say. Not necessarily against it. It keeps me from paying rent, so I'll never say no to somewhere to live for free.
That's fair.
In terms of promise, we do have a lot of well-established competition.
That's a good point. But right now, it doesn't have to be intense competition. It just needs to be subtle, I suppose.
I agree. I believe step one is opening the doors, so
Right.
we need to get there first before we worry about any sort of competition.
Kira, I literally just changed mine as you said that. Like, I need to change mine.
As you both are kind of approaching the tavern, both of you make perception checks for me.
Dice, baby.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
There's a mess going on over here. Let's see. There's a shit roll. Perception.
21.
11.
Okay, so Dante, you notice, you guys are less than a block away from your tavern. Kind of like catty corner across the street, there is the other bar, Froon's Brews, and someone is kind of like leaned against their door, trying to be really nonchalant and watch, like very obviously looking at your tavern, and then when he sees you two approaching, kind of like curses under his breath and goes back into the tavern.
Hmm. Oh, I didn't see this. So yeah, I don't know what you think of everything, but is
You
everything
know what
okay?
I think? I think this is the perfect time to get a drink and explore what we have to look forward to in terms of our competition. So, would you join me?
I'd be glad to.
And I'm going to mosey on over to this tavern where this dude's been
All right.
eyeballing us.
Um, so you enter Froon's Brews Taverns. It is worse than the name lets on. I will put that out there.
What's
But the
the
name's
name?
already bad. Froon's Brews.
Prunes, Brews.
Yes.
God.
It just
Okay.
feels bad on the mouth.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
pretty
And
bad.
the inside is worse. The furniture is mismatched and very obviously repaired, but not by skilled hands. There is no matching decorum or decoration. It is all just kind of thrown together half-ass in a way that just says no effort was ever really put forth into it, or no knowledge on how to run a business ever employed. But there is the same man, Dante, you saw, watching the tavern, has kind of retreated back behind the bar at this point, just kind of sulking.
What is his reaction to us strolling in? And how
There's
dead is
there's no one in here at all. There's a like very obvious face of shock, and then quickly trying to cover that with just like boredom or annoyance.
Good evening, friend.
Aye,
2 ales?
sure. He goes behind the bar. You see, there's no alcohol visible, like a normal bar would be. But he does eventually come back with 2 brews.
I'm going to kind of just look in the cup and stir it. How does it look?
It looks all right.
So it looks awful to my eyes.
So this is piss.
It smells like piss. Yeah. Very very cheap.
Your cup of
Yes.
swamp ass, my friend.
Yes.
Perfect.
Delicious.
Lovely place you have here.
Thanks. Been mine for a while now.
And family business, huh?
Of sorts.
Must
He's
be
just staring.
something
Like there's
going on
no
around town.
what?
Seems you're a bit empty.
Some nights it gets pretty busy.
What time is it?
Uh, it's getting pretty late. Like this would be a normal time for taverns to be fairly well inhabited. But no one appears to be stopping here.
No one insight checks because we all already know he's full of shit.
Yeah, no,
Um,
exactly.
I have a question, even though I'm not there, just as an information thing.
Yeah.
How close by is this tavern in the same like district of Waterdeep as ours?
Yes.
Okay.
It
It's
is.
like right across the street, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so this man is just straight up like, these people are gonna.
This
run
man
into
can
town.
walk out his
Taking my
door
time.
and see your tavern like immediately.
Beautiful. What's your name?
Emic, Froon.
Emic. I love that name. Wait, this fucking book, this module does a really good job with names.
It does.
It is one of the best written modules there is.
God, it's so delightful. What a breath of fresh fucking air.
Yeah, unlike the fucking garblings of Barovia.
And Icewind Dale.
Icewind Dale.
Or the fucking, yeah, I was gonna say, like, the alphabet magnetism that is Icewind Dale.
God.
Just throwing a bunch of magnets in a fridge and seeing what sticks.
Emic, that's a great name.
Thank you, Matthew Mercer.
Love you, Mercer. We love you.
But this is a like probably mid 40 to 50 human man, kind of salt and pepper hair at this point. Very sunned skin, like a very leathery. You can tell he spent a lot of time outdoors in his earlier life. But just pretty much like he just is scowling, looking like he doesn't want y'all to be here.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm here.
Oh, I
I'm
know,
just
but
gonna.
he's making it very obvious at this point.
Is everything all right, my friend?
Everything's fine.
Are you sure? It seems like something weighs on your mind.
It's clear what you all doing. Checking out the competition.
You know, not all of us have hostile intentions.
Well, did you know I tried to buy that tavern?
You did?
I did, and fucking Volo outbid me. How Volo got the coin to do that, no idea, honestly. But yeah, so I wanted it, and it's yours now, and he didn't even need it.
Well, it's not much of a surprise that he outbid you, seeing your patronage here seems to be dwindling, but, you know, perhaps if you serve better drinks, I think I know a man in a guild that could help you with that.
I don't fuck with the guilds.
I think that might be the problem, friend.
It seems like they seem to hold a lot of weight around here.
Well, they do, especially when you piss them off.
Did you piss them off?
You could say that.
Do you mind me inquiring?
Maybe another time. Maybe I'll
Like
come check
another
out the
time?
competition when you all open.
You're
Of course.
more than welcome.
And if times ever do get too tough for you, we could always come to an understanding, perhaps a franchise.
So it'll just be the ale then?
Yeah, just the ale.
Just
You know
give
what?
us
We'll take
a
it to
little
go,
bit of
actually.
low.
He just kind of
Um,
waves and very like just turns his back on you.
all right, I'm going to pick up this piss water, stand up, walk outside with Callan, and just dump it in the street. Well, that was very enlightening.
It was indeed. Yes. God,
I
Alexa.
don't think you picked up on this, but he was staring daggers into us as we were approaching.
Oh, well, he was staring daggers into us when we arrived.
Oh, yeah. I think this man may become a problem, so I'll keep tabs on him.
Seems it. Nice job back there.
I just like to piss people off, honestly.
I'll take it.
All right, shall we go reconvene with our comrades?
Yes, and perhaps some sleep eventually.
And we heading back.
All right. Is there anything the two of you were up to while they were off on their journey?
Just one thing, super
Okay.
quick. I'm just kind of filing out some paperwork. And I will just be like, oh, Mason, dear, if you wouldn't mind coming over.
What do you want?
Well, because all four of us are owners, I need your signature at certain parts of the paperwork. I'll get, obviously, Callan's and Dante's when they get back.
I'd rather stay as like a. I'll just help out. Why do you need my signature?
Because everything in Waterdeep is paperwork? I mean, you're a wizard. You should know this more than the rest of us do. Just like, in order for us to legally cut you in, you would have to be a proprietor of the business. Otherwise, like, you're kind of an employee, and I don't feel like that's right, because you co-own the building with us.
It's that Danica's having a hard time knowing why you need my signature.
That's...
Danica knows, Mason doesn't.
This looks like paper.
Roll a history check for me, Mason.
That's why I'm having difficulties. History?
Mm-hmm.
25.
Mason does remember Atami getting Neverember to sign his name in case they ever needed their handwriting.
Tommy, I'm gonna be real honest. I don't trust you with it.
I mean, that is 100% fair, and shows that you have a lot more street smarts than one may initially give you credit for. That being said, you do need
I'll go
to sign the
last.
paperwork.
I'll go last.
Very well. In fact, and I put my signature down, and I say, you are quite more skilled with calligraphy than I will ever be. If you would like to take a look over my signature as well, that way we know that we cannot screw each other over.
Think she'll look at it. Danica will keep in mind that one day I'll have keen mind.
This
Well,
could,
for
this
right
could
now-
be the in-character training for Keen Mind.
Even if I had one day, I don't got the kind of skill you've got with a forgery. However, I'm gonna keep this in mind. I'm just gonna look at it. I think you could maybe do this a little bit different, and it'll look a lot better.
Oh, how so?
I'll just
And just, I'm going to take this opportunity as she's teaching me calligraphy to notice her calligraphy.
I never actually write it. I just am like, oh, if you do a little twirl over here, it looks a lot better.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, put a little bit of a... I don't think I've ever put a twirl.
I think the best thing you might understand is a little bit of pizzazz.
Kira, you're trying to fuck with Danny, and
But
A
probably the
little bit
least
of pizzazz.
trustworthy of the players. Mason, I will be as honest with you as I have ever been with someone who is not part of my, shall we say, inner circle. You may never truly know me. But you can, at least for now, trust me.
Insight check.
Go ahead. I will roll persuasion
Oh.
or deception. You may not know which one.
Garbage. 11. You can't roll below a 19. I've already failed.
That's if it's deception.
Did
Actually,
you roll a nat 1?
On deception and persuasion, I can't get my dice roll can't be lower than a 10. So, skills. Yeah, it's going to beat your roll.
I think it's the at the moment. Who's to say what you could do when all of this is done? Who's to say 10 years from now, if I'm a magistrate, or say maybe I'm the black staff, could hold that against me?
Maybe if you become the black staff, you give me a day's grace to hide. And then we play a little hide and go seek.
Was one of my favorite games as a kid.
And somehow I believe that you're quite good at it. I'm quite good at it.
She'll just wink. She'll wink and walk out.
It'll be about this time that the others come back to the tavern.
Dante, Callan, welcome back.
Good evening.
Hi.
will need your signatures here on this paperwork. I have been informed very casually by our lovely Mason that I have a history of taking people's handwriting. So, if you would like, I could grab us something to drink for the nighttime while you guys sign things, if you feel more at home.
I would enjoy an actual drink, but
Yes.
I trust you enough. I think we've come to a mutual understanding here.
I give it like a sniff, and I sniff this this smells like you pissed yourself, and I'm just like, oh god.
Yes, we visited the tavern across the street.
There's a tavern across the street? I've never seen anyone.
You know, I was surprised too, but their owner was just staring at me as though he wanted to kill me in the streets. So I had to pay him a visit.
Oh. No
Who
wonder they
seems to
haven't
have-
had clientele.
Yes. I
He was
also think that
reputable.
that also may be because they don't seem to work with the guilds.
Well, yes. I mean, it's certainly possible to make a business on your own, but it's certainly a lot more helpful to have the guilds on your side.
Well, we didn't really get off on the right foot, but
Unfortunately.
I don't think I really want to either. I offered them
No.
a franchise, but he didn't seem too interested.
I offered them an invite to our tavern once we started.
Perhaps social social escapades are not exactly your fortes. I'll see if I can have a conversation with this man at some point, and who knows, maybe curiosity will get the better of him and he'll come on over.
You know, about that, where's Mason, first of all?
You turn around and Mason's behind you.
Hi. Hello.
Gods, why are you so fucking sneaky?
What?
It's because I'm so small.
He looks he's like looking down at you. Well, Dante and I were talking about whoopsie daisy. We were talking about just all our roles and how we all thought about the tavern. If you all are willing, I'd graciously be the bookkeeper for finances at least.
You can do math?
Very well, actually. I can do arithmetic. So if that's all right with you, I don't mind keeping track of that.
Put some of that formal education to good use.
And then we were thinking that you, Tommy, could be more of the front runner, the face of the company, that is.
Well, I suppose if it's the sword I must throw myself upon. I mean, yes, the answer is yes. I will. I will have an outfit picked out by the end of the week.
Dante specifically was thinking about being more of the back alley, hand-to-hand dealer, per se. Maybe dealing in more discreet matters, which I assume will eventually come up, especially since we're working with the guilds.
Sorry, are we going to be like a secret, like, snuff powder speakeasy or something? Like, what's...
Not quite what I was thinking. I assumed that we shall all, and I just kind of give everyone a good look, especially Tommy. We shall all be dealing with legal matters.
I haven't the faintest idea of what you're talking about. I am simply a man of the law.
So
Aren't we all?
Mason rolls her eyes.
You hear like the Sonic like spin music.
So we I'm just thinking as far as the guilds go, I'm sure that will have to be dealt with.
Well,
I do want to also say for clarification, guilds are all above the board. Like city organizations, the things that go on larger than like the city. But they are very, very law-abiding, legal things.
Oh yeah.
I'd say it'd be more so if, say, our neighbor across the street, our competition that isn't with the guilds, they could potentially come and try and say burn us down.
That is more of what I'm looking to deal with. Make sure no one's looking to undercut us or mess with our business in any sort of way. Plus, we're not in the most favorable part of town.
which reminds me, I'm glad that we have servers and the little halfling family. I cannot wait to put them back on the right track. We need someone about 3 times their size, like 3 of them in a trench coat, to be like a bouncer. Because once the alcohol gets flowing, people do some weird things.
And on that subject, a bartender.
Yes, that is true. Mason, you wouldn't happen to be an expert in alchemical properties, would you?
No.
Are you even old
I mean,
enough to
it wouldn't
serve
be.
liquor?
Are you even old enough to drink?
Are you even smart enough to read? Listen here, you 3 tall fucks.
Do we know what the drinking age is in Waterdeep?
That's a good question.
It's medieval times, right? So like,
Are you tall enough to sit at the bar?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, beer is a soda. Gotcha.
Yeah.
We don't condone underage drinking. Only medieval underage drinking.
It's cleaner than water. Not in
There's
Waterdeep.
probably some people out there that'd be a hell of a lot better. I doubt it's hard. I'm pretty good with potions and all that. I doubt it'd be much different. But I was gonna say I'd prefer to like stay like a silent partner. If I'm gonna be a magistrate one day, I don't really want to have my competition being like, "What do you mean this bitch was working in a tavern?" That's not necessarily the kind of a thing I want to put out there.
First of all,
Hey.
I'm sure they were looking for any type of experience.
DM, is there like a liquor board or like a bartenders association?
The guild,
A servers association.
Right now, there is a liquor guild essentially that did approach you guys. But also just like DM throwing things out there, it wouldn't really be like you worked at a tavern. It would be co-owner of a tavern,
Right.
which if it does successful,
On a
could
resume.
bring good attention on you. Just
Man,
for
you're
another
right.
idea to be out there.
You know what?
That changed my mind.
Fuck it.
Some being, God, just
I'll say.
A
I'll
random
be up there.
voice in the back of your head.
random bitch
then-
named Caitlin. That's the voice in my
then
head.
I can also double check Randolph's math because I need to make sure he can do it first.
I roll my eyes now.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a peer assessment.
All right.
I don't know how long you've been out of school for, but I'm still in it.
Well, I will say,
You tall old fuck.
if you're going to be a part of this tavern and a co-owner, you need a role as well. You need to hold
Yeah, I'm
your
apparently
weight,
going to be the bartender.
small as it be.
Danny, do you have unseen servant by chance?
I can
Because
get
that
it.
would be a really cool bartender.
Pretty please tell me you do. Pretty please tell
Danny,
me.
are you
that we
tall
can-
enough to see over the bar?
You know it's bad with the
We
DM
literally
being
hired a
roasting
bunch
your
of
ass.
halflings.
I was kidding!
Hold on a second. If it's anything like the bar height here, yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I will go ahead just in case and add.
All
to
you can
our-
see is my head and then a hat.
Do we need to put a stool back there?
I will just go ahead and add to our itinerary a booster seat just in case.
Perfect.
Like the booster stool, you know, like
Yeah, the
just like
stool.
the step stool.
2-step.
Yeah,
thing.
just like there's a lever on the side that you're like.
I'm gonna look at all of you. but I'm gonna look at Randolph. You keep talking shit about my size, old man, you're gonna be half it.
Old man? So I am older than you.
Fuck it, reduce.
Hey, Callan,
Yeah.
can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Shit.
I really hope you fail this.
13.
What is my save, actually?
It's gotta be higher than that.
Alexa
It leads
can
to
do that.
15.
Alan can.
Now hold on, let me see how.
It is constant.
You are exactly half your size.
Bitch!
Wait, how tall are you?
You're like
6'4".
Like 6'1".
Fuck
So
You're
yeah.
Mason-
now smaller than me. and I'm
You are
gonna
now
look down at you.
towering over Callan.
You want to say that again?
Hang on. Let me switch where this is now. Wait, this is really funny that I can just
You also
stick it
have
up here.
disadvantage on strength.
Disadvantage on strength? The fuck? It's okay, I didn't have great strength anyway. Okay.
Now, everyone. It's best that we all get along if we're all going to be business owners.
This is so funny.
But, a light razzing.
I could have done worse. All I did was make him small.
Oh, Mason, I'm aware of how much worse you can do.
We know that you can do
I was
worse.
on the end of your
That's
terrifying
the only reason
onslaught.
That's the reason we hang out with you, is because we know you can.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You're too small. The big people are talking right now.
Realize I will come back at you with full force, whatever you dish out to me.
Try me, little man.
Vicious mockery. With that one.
What
It's just
are
becoming
you
a
saying?
magic battle.
Specifically that realize I will dish out to you whatever you dish out to me.
Okay.
What do I have to roll? What's the save?
Wisdom 15.
As they're doing this, I'm just gonna grab one of the bottles from behind the fucking bar and just take a hefty swig and just enjoy the show.
That's fair.
I pass.
I lean back and cheers you a bottle.
It's fine.
I'll be honest with you, I have 5 gold on Mason.
Well,
You
she
know-
didn't pass, so.
I'm not willing to bet against that right now.
No, fair enough.
Can I, so what does Vicious Mockery do? Do I feel it? 'Cause I passed.
You probably feel like a tingle in your, just in like the back of your head. Feels kind of like the start of a migraine, but you kind of push it off.
I'm gonna just, knock your chin. One day you'll get me.
I was like, do you feel like this is Mason's way of flirting?
I feel like this is Mason's way of getting ready to kick someone's ass.
In my experience,
You can
Both
kick it
can
a
be
lot
true.
better now that I'm small.
Not entirely different. You're correct.
yeah?
All right, you two. All right, let's bring it down a notch. I think
But I-
you
but I
both
think-
need a drink.
When she knocked on your chin,
Bringing
you
it
can
down
just
a notch, I get it.
when she knocked on your chin, you can just see little blue lightning in her eyes as she was fully prepared to witch bolt your ass.
I would have dished it back, babe. I have
Now,
full spell slots right
Again,
now.
we are inside the bar that we just finished putting back together.
It's a
I'm
verbal
100% down with you guys, destroying each other. But if you do, please take it outside.
And can we make the agreement not to sling spells at each other? Handle things with your fists.
Absolutely not. Have you seen her fists?
Yeah, they're the same size as
They do
his.
nothing.
Punch him.
I'm gonna punch him.
I'm gonna start shoving them out.
I got a natural 20!
I am
Shit
pushing them
talking.
out.
So,
So what's your strength modifier? +2.
Wait, what do I have? I have a
it says
disadvantage
unarmed
on something.
strike does 2 damage, so it'd
Yeah.
be 4. I'm going for the gut.
Ow.
That's a pretty damn good unarmed strike for a fucking wizard.
Definitely
Honestly.
enough to knock the wind out of Callan and just kind of like really make you regret those last words.
I'd like all three of you tall fucks to know that I may be small, but I got anger issues.
I can tell.
Small angry girl.
Okay, enough. Corner! And I'm going to need...
Oh no. We just said no spells.
hold on. Wisdom saves from both of you. I'm doing this at second level to grab both of you.
18.
17.
Fuck.
Damn it. That command has never worked once.
Command? Is it command?
Yeah.
Oh darn.
I'm
You've
gonna go
never
up
had
to
command,
you.
That's so sad.
I'm gonna go up to you. I'm gonna knock your chin. One day it'll work.
Oh.
And the night dissolves in
No, wait, hold on.
friendly
I turned to
ban-
Dante. What, you wanna have a go? Oh, for 2 right now.
Let's not start this.
So I was going to ask.
And now the night ends.
It's fine.
What were you gonna
So
say?
how long does this fucking spell last?
That's what I'm
Am I
looking.
still small?
I think it's either a
Probably
minute
an hour.
or an hour.
Can you speak up, Callan? I can't hear you from down there.
You're too small. It's only a minute. You're tall now.
Ah, okay, good.
Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
The night dissolves into the shenanigans between the four of you. Morning comes, and I will kind of fast forward through some days just in preparation of, and we'll say that tomorrow is your grand opening.
Oh shit.
May I do one thing prior to our grand opening?
Absolutely.
I also have a thing as well.
Gotta go do some shady shit.
So in the process of all of this paperwork and learning people's handwritings, I actually want to use it for good this time.
Okay.
I don't believe you.
I am going to write a note in Mason's handwriting that says, you are cordially invited to the grand opening of the Last Calls Tavern. In the... obviously, Tommy would remember the district name, but Kira doesn't make notes because she streams.
Dock Ward.
Is it in the Dock Ward?
It is in Troll Skull Alley in the Dock Ward.
Okay. So I will write that in the Troll Skull Alley in the Dock Ward. First drink is on me. I will...
First drink is on Mason.
First drink is on Mason.
Mason learned mixology, babe.
Yeah. I am going to fold this letter. Obviously, like, try and make it as prim and proper as I can, and address it to Vajra the Blackstaff.
Okay.
Oh shit!
I will cast Disguise Self to disguise myself as Mason and hand deliver it to the Blackstaff Tower.
All right.
That's why you asked me for.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can you actually disguise self as a size smaller than you? Because I think you have to be medium.
You want to be small again, you fuck?
I think you can also, with Disguise Self, do one size smaller or bigger.
The only thing with Disguise Self is your physical size remains the same. So if someone were to like accidentally bump into you, they may notice the size disparity in how you look versus how you feel. Or like if you are doing someone small and they go to like reach over you and they just hit into an invisible person behind that, that's the caveat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just...
But I add the hat to it as well. So if
Absolutely.
someone were to run into my hair, because I have very wild hair, they might just think they brushed up against the fabric of the hat.
Yeah. So yeah, you drop off the letter very easily, no issues at all.
And make my way back before our grand opening.
All right.
Can I do something before we open as well, just in the days to come?
Yeah, I'll say everyone can kind of pick out a few things they want to get done in that interim.
I want to go down to the docks, kind of towards the evening time, and kind of just take a look at like the dock hands, and look for a dude that is probably a little bit taller than me, beefier, maybe a little bit dumb, and seems earnest enough to pay to be a bouncer.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
That is a 14.
I'll say make 3 separate.
Okay. First one is going. You said what kind of check?
Investigation.
Investigation. Oh shit. 18 on the first one. 10 on the second one. And 17 on the third.
Okay, so it takes about 2 days to find someone that you feel it could possibly do it. And you kind of talked to a few of them. There is one kind of guy who's responsible for dragging the netted fish back, like up where they could be accessible. His name is Jacques. He is a big, beefy, very slow fellow. But he seems earnest enough that, or not even earnest may not be the right word, but just he'd do it.
Okay. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take him to wherever I can find like a carpenter, and I'm going to get a giant ass paddle made with last call on it, and that's going to be the thing he defends our bar with.
All right, absolutely. I'll say that will cost you about 2 gold to get them to engrave a paddle with that.
Yeah, it's just a great club essentially.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a paddling. Start a bar fight in our bar? That's a paddling.
Callan, you said there were some things that you wanted to get done?
Yes. I suppose I'll talk to Mason about this specifically.
What, do you need help with your math?
I can imagine me coming into the room just hearing that. No, I actually had a concept that I feel like you may be the best person to help with. I'll come in peace.
What's up?
You know the ghost that lives in our tavern?
Yeah.
He's a bartender. Or he was in his life. And I feel like we should bring up to him, if it even is possible. I don't know if you even know how to make it possible, but maybe he would be interested in being our bartender.
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure how to make a ghost corporeal, but I could ask some of the necromancers I know. I could ask some of them.
Okay, before we do, I would love to get the ghost input. What's his name? I hate calling him the ghost.
Leaf?
Leaf. I would love to get his input on it. I'm gonna talk to him like it's Casita in Encanto.
Let him know it stems from a good place.
Leaf, are you there? Are you here?
I put down a book with a quill.
With a little quill.
There's no answer.
Leaf, would you like to be our bartender?
Just stillness.
I think maybe
I'm gonna take the quill and the book into like downstairs.
Hey, that's my book. I think maybe he'd want to see if we're successful first.
I mean, we could possibly be most successful with him. I'll just keep walking around and see if I can get him to answer it all. Any luck?
So you do, kind of walk the whole tavern. You never really get a response.
Perhaps he's not interested. All right. Well, are you all right being the bartender? Have you been practicing?
Yeah.
BRB real quick. You guys can keep going.
Okay.
From my practicing, it's not that much different from potion making, really.
Well, that's fair, but I feel like eventually a bartender should have a little bit of flair with it and be able
There
to
is
make...
a knock at the door.
Oh, I'll hold that thought.
I'll say Dante is out looking for a bouncer. Atami has stepped out for undisclosed reasons. It is just the two of you here as the door is knocked on.
All right, to the door. Hello?
So you pull it open, and there is a very tall, like kind of swaying over you, draconic figure in a very, very long trench coat. Hi, are you all hiring?
Caitlin, your voices get me every time. Wait. Actually, we are. Is there a specific position you're looking?
I got a little bit of bartending experience.
Oh, sure. Mind stepping in and discuss?
Sure. And you see there is a little bit of discordancy as he goes to enter the building with like he's swaying a little bit, his body's not quite catching up with him, but he does manage to get in the door and still kind of stands there swaying.
Would you like to sit down? I say as a just kind of in reference.
Can I do like just a general sniff of the air? Is this man drunk?
Sure.
Make an insight check?
An insight check.
I'm gonna join it.
I do best standing up. It's fine.
Oh, all right.
No, hold on a second. Is this 3 kobolds in a trench coat?
I swear to fuck. I said trench coat. I said when the halflings came, I said trench coat. Now
you're like prestidigitation some wind to like blow open this trench coat.
Absolutely. There are tiny kobold feet down at the bottom of the trench coat. Way too short of legs to be leading all the way up to that head.
You know,
I can't believe it.
Would you like to be honest with us?
Maybe.
Would the 3 of you like to be honest with us?
We are hiring. Height is not a requirement.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Just look at her. Of course it's not.
Well, she seems pretty tall comparatively.
How small are kobolds?
About 3.5 to 4 feet.
We need bus boys. We will take the help we get. But
very slowly, the trench coat is kind of dropped, and they begin to kind of like fall off of each other. They were not hanging on by a lot, and there are.
What are your names?
I'm Sparky. That was the head, and then I had names. Shit, hang on. I had really good names. I think Crinkle is one of them. Crinkle. This is in the book. Where is it?
It must just be like this. Ah, shit, fuck.
We'll say the other one is Judy.
Sparky, Crinkle, and Judy. That's so good. Sparky, Crinkle.
Are you dead set on bartending, or are you just looking for anything?
Anything? I mean, I have done some bartending.
Would you care to show us your bartending skills?
Sure.
Then is it just you, or is it just you, Sparky, or is it?
Crinkle can help a little bit, but honestly, Judy's not good at much.
Okay.
Judy was the cleaning of the operation.
How are you at cleaning, Judy?
I'll take mediocre.
But let's see what he rolls. It's a drink.
Is it decent?
I will say the proportions are way off, right? Like there is a lot of liquor in this drink.
Mm-hmm.
But like 2 of them would get you royally fucked up, and it's not that bad tasting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's manageable.
Well, I will say before we hire you full on, we do need to ask our other business partners and make sure that it is a-okay with them. Would you all mind coming back in a few hours?
There's more of you?
Yes, there are two more of us.
Sure. What time?
What time is it now?
How about exactly 4 hours from now?
Okay. Do we need to bring the coat?
No.
No, not at all. Not unless it keeps you warm.
Not really.
Yeah, no, then I think
Just
it's all
come as
right.
you are.
Yeah, that's all we care about. And in the future, we do respect honesty to a very high level.
You also both are slightly aware that kobolds face a lot of racism. People don't generally like them. They're kind of just like almost like a slave race in a sense. So it is very common for kobolds to be just very disliked in general in society.
I would say Sparky, Crinkle, and Judy, while you're in the last call, you can be yourself.
Right, and then if anyone has a problem with that, you let us know, okay?
Thank you. And they will drag the coat like behind them, like it's way too tall for one of them to be carrying, so it is just dragging on the floor as they go to leave.
Here, I can fold that if you'd like. I just go
It's
over.
fine.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you in 4 hours.
And they leave.
Right. I look at Mason and I say, you know, this is, I suppose, a good test for the timekeeping skills, at least, and see if they can arrive on time.
Very true.
But I was thinking as far as the duties, the jobs, perhaps busboys or perhaps assist, at least Sparky could assist with the, was it Sparky or Crinkle?
Mm-hmm.
Sparky. Sparky could at least assist with bartending if you need any extra hands.
That's what I was thinking, to be honest.
Might need a little bit of training, but when we train what were the halflings' names? I need their names.
There's, hang on.
Wickle, Stickle, and Craig.
Yeah, right.
Close.
I know I was there.
Kelso, Dasher, Danica, and Bryn.
Right, I forgot. Kelso, Dasher, Danica.
One of the guys from that 70s show, one of Santa's reindeer, one of our actual players, and fucking grinned.
Okay, cool. All right. Sweet, little bit of organization happening now. Yes, but I was thinking perhaps busboys and then helping you out and perhaps learning how to bartend, although you are, with all due respect, not a pro bartender.
Yet.
At least for opening night, would you mind me helping you in that front? I know how to make a mean drink, at least. At least one I enjoy.
Sure.
Okay. Then that
the
works.
unlikely duo.
We should get on training our halfling friends and our kobold friends if we decide to hire them, but we of course need to talk to the rest. And okay, lot to do. Let's.
And there are also a few more deliveries while you guys are there. Fala does bring a fresh set of flowers for your opening. The Justin does bring a sack of meat. All he says is meat, and he drops it off in a still bleeding bag, but it's there for you. But there are just a few of more alcohol is brought for opening. Just the guilds really showing up to do what they promised and what you all paid for.
Oh fuck, we didn't hire a chef, did we?
I was just thinking that. I was like, shit,
We
wait,
didn't
don't
hire
have
a fucking chef.
We need that. I'm gonna actually have this moment of panic as the meat shows up, and I'll be like, shit. Look at Basin. We never hired a chef. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go and find us a chef for the night, unless you have some magical cooking skills that I do not know about.
I've got an unseen servant.
Does your
would you like
unseen
some help
servant
with
have
that,
good
Callan?
cooking skills? Oh, you're back. Hi.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was just out running some errands.
Okay, sounds. Anytime I hear you say errands, I'm like, just a little bit of side eye. But yes, while we do that, I should also talk to you about the idea I had for Leaf to be our bartender, but he's anyway. I know we just go on and find a.
Sorry for the spectral ghost of the previous owner to be our employee.
Possibly, but he doesn't seem to be super interested in it right now, or for some reason the stars aren't aligned that he cannot communicate with us, or he's
Maybe
just
if we
ignoring
prove to
me.
him that we can be successful.
That's
And
what
that's
I
what Mason
said.
said.
Yes. Honestly, good head on her shoulders, that Mason, but
I'm standing right here.
No, we left.
No, we
dude.
left.
I thought you were saying this in front of me.
No, this is us speed walking to the Artisan Guild to find a chef.
I'm not that small.
Good head on her shoulders, that girl, but feisty, maybe almost to a fault. I have to say,
absolutely.
I do respect it quite a bit.
Respect isn't quite the word I would use, but
the only thing that saved that girl from becoming a roguish, sneaky type rather than a wizard is her upbringing.
I wonder if it's what she really wants. You know, she talks about being the magistrate. Nope, that's not it. With the black staff. Yeah, she talks about being the black staff, but I wonder if that is her goal or her mother's or father's.
Could be both. I
Could
mean,
be.
Especially with wealthy and successful parents, they would love for their child, as anyone would, to follow in their footsteps. I don't know how strict they are. Should she ever, express interest in joining other guilds or not being a studious type. But it seems so far that that's not the case.
Kira, as you say the stuff about parents who are wealthy wanting to taking their footsteps, Callan has a visible reaction to that. Just a little bit of like a micro reaction.
Insight check.
Trash. I rolled so bad.
Beautiful.
Actually, I still got a 10, but is.
Oh, I got a 12 on the die. I'm not even gonna look.
Nice. Beautiful. Yeah.
Just, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know anything about, growing up with wealthy parents with high expectations. If only, oh Lord, if only there was someone who could relate to her on that personal level, who could speak to her not as someone looking down from above, but as someone looking at eye level. I mean, metaphorically, of course.
Right. Metaphorically.
Yes, I could see that being so cathartic among both parties. But, where could we ever find someone like that?
Anyway, we need to find a chef.
Yes, we do. Knock on the Artisans Guild.
One moment. So yeah, you do so, and a fairly older woman kind of opens the door to like the guild headquarters, essentially. Yeah, can I help you all?
Hi there. we're here representing the Last Calls Tavern, the new tavern opening up in Dragon Skull Alley, Demon Skull.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Um, you know, we seem to be in a little bit of a pickle. The chef that we had hired, that we totally did hire previously, unfortunately had other plans, and so we're needing to find a replacement quite quickly.
Sure. Do
Any recommendations?
any particular specialties of the tavern, or just any chef will do?
Someone who knows how to work specifically with red meats would be quite appreciated.
Sure, I think we can do that. She kind of like goes to a desk essentially and pulls out this massive binder of different names and begins kind of flipping through them. I think who you're all gonna like. Her name is Piper. She's real feisty. She doesn't put up with a lot, but she's very, very good.
Sounds like someone we would love to know.
I'll tell you what. You guys open tomorrow. I will get in contact with her, and she should be there at some point in the afternoon.
You are an absolutely lovely individual. Thank you so much for this last minute.
Absolutely.
And we will take our leave. If they have like a tip jar or something,
Yeah.
I will slot like 2 silver into the tip jar.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we'll take our leave. And it's like,
all right,
we're getting ourselves a Piper. Quite the feisty one, apparently.
Sounds lovely.
Take no shit attitude, which might honestly be what we need. And we will speed back just in time. Hello! We will speed back just in time to open the next day.
Absolutely.
I'm rolled an 18.
And in this time, I have created an unseen servant.
Yeah, okay.
How many can I have on the go?
I don't
think it's
know off the top of my head.
So I think you might be able to have one.
It's not.
I think so.
It's not?
It's not concentration.
No, but I think you can still only have one.
I think there's a way through making like maybe like a glyph or something. You can have multiple of them because I know there are wizards in D&D that have their entire homes run off of them. It might be something we can look into, like paying to have done. I think it would be much higher
I'm gonna say
level.
that's probably just one. It must stay within 60 feet of me.
Which is fine. I feel like the bar's probably not super big. But at the very least, you could stay within the radius. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about there needing to be just one. It's just that it lasts for an hour. It's a casting time of 1 action unless you ritual cast it, in which case it's, I believe, a minute. And yeah, you could just keep re-upping it by ritual casting it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do that, yeah. We got... Oh, and we've also conversed with our party members, our 3 kobolds in a trench coat. Did they come back after 4 hours?
They did, yes.
Exactly 4 hours?
Like,
are they punctual?
3:45.
Oh, they're early.
Oh, they're early.
They are early.
Ooh, hell yeah, man.
That's gratefulness right there. I like that.
Great employees here.
Yeah, we were thinking that Sparky could be helping the bartender when needed, but rather that the other 2 and Sparky occasionally just kind of bus boys.
I'll gather the group together super quickly to like do a little bit of a group huddle and also get some other like business things out of the way. Like, okay, now how do we want to handle tips? Do we do a payout to the chef as well? Or, you know, do like we keep the tips with the servers?
That is a
I'd
very good question. I believe that servers do own do should get their tips, but perhaps we should have a system in place for our cooks and bartender to give them a little extra incentive, perhaps based on sales. They get a
So,
like
bonus.
A
some
tip out.
jars up front.
So it's literally just a tip out.
That's called a tip out.
Yes.
We're putting the medieval twist on it.
Yeah.
You're like, yes, very good. Yeah, okay. So we will do that. Obviously, majority of the tips will go to our servers. But of course, God, I literally just heard her name. What is her name? Piper.
Piper?
Yeah. I was like, I wanted to call her Penny. I was like, Piper obviously does come from the Artisan Guild, so there will be like a bit of a premium guild members pay for that. So I guess they do get already a little bit of an incentive. We'll work it out.
Madam DM, how much is Jacques a day?
5 silver. Like, that's what he gave to you. That was his bare minimum.
I have found us a little bit of muscle. Pretty affordable, honestly. His name is Jacques. He'll be here for a shift this evening. He's going to run us about 5 silver a day, but it's a flat rate, and he has his own place to stay, so we don't have to worry about boarding him.
Very good. We should also work on getting more than one person for each job, because we can't expect them to work every day of their lives.
This is true.
So we should have, multiple bartenders, multiple chefs, multiple bouncers, multiple servers.
For right now, I believe we should only be open 5 nights a week or something. Just until we get a second person, get an actual shift rotation happening.
Yeah, or we could be open for like a small amount of time on the weekends, and like we could just kind of do it ourselves.
Oh, the weekend should be our main
Oh yes,
day.
the weekends will be our big thing, because that's when everyone likes to drink. But maybe like Monday, Tuesdays, like we open for like 4 hours in like the midday around the time work gets off, and we could handle that ourselves until
Seems
we
like
have
a
a
fair
proper
plan to
staff.
me. This should work.
Did we talk about the kobolds?
Yes.
What did we decide?
They are hired.
Great. Did they come back?
Yes.
Yeah, they came back
Thank you.
at 3 hours and 45 minutes. They were early. We love it.
Wait.
Atami has also shown up. Full fit check. He has like a multi-piece pinstripe purple suit that has like flares upon the lapel. His hair tied back into like this massive cotton candy looking like man bun. Neatly trimmed facial hair. With just one playing card kind of sticking out of the lapel, the Ace of Hearts. And yeah, he is ready to be the face.
Oh yeah, what's everybody's fits for our opening night?
Fit check.
Helen has an even fancier like black suit with the black shirt underneath, very like monochromatic with black. He's got really nice shoes. He actually like his hair is kind of like down, but he knows how to style it to make it like a little bit more fancy and put together, a little actually slicked back. Very suave looking.
Oh my god. Okay, before the other two fit checks, it has just occurred to me that we are the fucking Straw Hats.
The what?
We are the Straw
For the
Hats
what?
from One Piece.
I haven't watched it.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Valid.
Because I was like, Callan is Sanji. Easily.
Dante is Zoro.
Dante is Zoro. Then we have our tiny, feisty motherfucker, which is Mason as our Luffy.
Yeah.
And
I know who Luffy is though.
With a big hat.
Atami is the fusion dance of Nami and Usopp.
That's fair.
Hold on. Someone's got to send me these pictures and put names to characters because I don't know what the hell you
Oh my god,
Sure.
please send her the live action people or she'll be insulted.
Yes.
Sanji is. Oh, but Sanji and Zoro are just.
Oh, I can
Mr.
confirm
Belvedere,
the
I
man
do
who
declare.
plays Zoro.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss, man.
Wait, which one was I?
You're Sanji.
You're the blonde one.
You're the blonde one in the very
full
obviously
suit.
like full black suit who speaks with
Doesn't
a
he
posh
only-
British
He
accent.
only fights with his feet, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Yes.
just kicks.
Because he's got to
Straight
save
kick.
his hands for cooking.
Yes.
Yes. That's so fitting. Shit.
And Zoro fights with 3 different swords, one in each of his hands and one in his mouth.
Sweet.
And the guy in the live
Alright.
action actually learned how to choreograph fight with a sword in his mouth.
Bro, that's so fucking cool.
Dude is hardcore.
That's like hard as hell. What the hell?
But yeah, also, that night before, Piper does show up as well. She is a... Honestly, when she first enters, you don't think she's there for the cook position. She's a very large tiefling woman. She has long red like braids going down to the floor almost, but very, very well muscled. Very like kind of loose clothing, but not that would get in the way of cooking necessarily. There is a like belt of butcher knives strapped to her waist as well. But yeah, very much energy of don't fuck with me. But also looks like a total badass.
I love her.
Wonderful. Yep, love her
My
already.
dear, let me show you to your stage.
Absolutely.
Let me show you to my bed.
Horny jail! Horny jail, or I
Look,
would.
no,
I would
sorry. If
I
she's,
would-
go-
Jail.
if she's going, I'm
Scream.
going too. I heard muscle-bound tiefling Dami Mommy, and I was
We
like,
can't all go.
We're
oh!
all going to. Yep, we're all going to horny jail.
And yeah, I will give her a tour of the kitchens and like shows like this is your place and let no one stand in the way of you and your art.
I'm allowed full creative authority.
I would
For the time.
love,
Oh, sorry, I'm there.
I would love to see the things that you could come up with.
Perfect.
Also, this is
Are we
meat,
doing-
and that's all we've been told. If you know the difference, then great.
Okay.
If not,
Any other cooking supplies?
Yes.
We did get a shipment of like basic goods, so
And we took
Okay.
a bunch from Dante's place.
Okay.
It's
so,
a really
yeah.
nice kitchen, probably.
but just a bag of mystery meat is the main focus. Yeah, but
the
And
bag
then
of mystery meat is
veggies
just
and-
me like telling her like, I don't know what it is.
You got it from
do.
Justin.
If not, stick it in a stew and we'll call it meat.
I know Justin's handiwork anywhere. I should be able to figure it out.
Wonderful. All right, everyone. Places.
I'm going to just kind of lean against the bar awkwardly, not knowing how to deal with this type of environment. It's not necessarily my thing.
Mason looks the same behind the bar.
Callan looks incredibly like put together, excited even.
Is Mason just wearing her wizard robes, just out of
No.
curiosity?
Oh
She's
yeah,
in,
we're gonna
like-
get fit checks from you too.
What's Dante's? 'Cause I haven't thought of mine. I just know she's not in the
Okay.
robes.
Dante usually dresses pretty well for the most part, but comfortable enough for combat. Tonight, it seems like he has traveled back to wherever he is originally from and picked up a few things. He's wearing this dark swallowtail coat, black trousers with wingtip shoes, a red vest underneath, and a black ascot. His sword has taken on the shape of a red cane instead of a katana.
Sweet.
Love that. What's your job for the night?
Security.
Which we definitely need tonight. I am concerned.
I'm just kind of keeping an eye on Jacques, making sure that he doesn't get overwhelmed, with keeping people filing in at a safe rate, making sure no one's causing trouble.
I think Mason probably... She's got the hat on. But she's got her hair kind of back. So that nobody can get in the drinks. She's not wearing her normal robes. She's probably also... I feel like she's got on just, normal pants and a shirt, because that's all she's got. But she's got on kind of, an apron.
So,
Just a bunch of, little mixology tools in there.
if you were just gonna do the pants and the shirt, that's fine. Could we say that, the night before, or, the day before, we're just kind of going over what we were wearing? Just being on the same page. What's that called when you don't talk about the fit check in the group chat?
Yeah.
That. So we don't run into that. And I just say, you were just gonna wear your pants and a shirt?
It's really all I got besides my
Fine
robes.
I'll be back. And I go back. It takes me an hour. And I come back from Dante's place. Fucking Donnie's place, sorry.
What are you doing at my house?
You live here! I know where you live! Anyway, and I just say, I brought a few options for you. If you would like. There are different styles, but I thought you would appreciate having a couple different options. They're Donnie's mother's. She was a really wonderful lady, about your size. I thought
You see a few different dress options in front of you. Some of them are very long and elegant and flowy. Some of them are more closer to sundresses in a sense. But they do look like they would fit you. And he did keep in mind the color schemes of at least himself and from what Dante had shown him. So there's a mixture of either black or slate gray or a crimson red.
So black, gray, or red.
Yeah.
What's all of your color schemes again?
Black.
Purple with blue frills, because this
So purple and
absolute
blue.
power queer did not get the memo, and
And Dante was the red?
It's like a charcoal with a scarlet red and then some gold trim here and there.
Fuck it, she'll go for the red.
Okay.
He's not there. He let you get changed. And
is there a specific style that Mason wants, or do you want me to have liberty of naming the dress for you?
I'd say I'll give you liberty, but that Mason doesn't really like really, really girly things. She only ever wears her wizard's robes, so probably isn't very comfortable showing a lot of skin.
I was going to ask, on a scale from 1 to little red dress, how much is Atami blushing right now?
It is not necessarily it is for an older woman, that is who owned the dress originally. So it is very formal, very straight line across the neck, almost like a shoulder capulet situation going on it, and more of very airy, flowy sleeves. It stops about at your ankles.
She's got boots on.
Comfortable. I mean, it's not the most girly dress ever, but it is still a dress.
This'll do.
All right.
I still got the hat on. The hat remains.
The hat stays on.
I didn't phrase it like that. Mason, however, she'd also sent out letters to like all of her friends and everything.
Okay.
All of the
As
magistrates.
Kira would say, hoard out the stream.
Mason had hoard out the stream.
Yeah, you also sent one out to the Blackstaff, but you don't know about that.
Yeah, she's gonna show up and I'm just gonna be like,
We'll get there!
Well, let's see.
So
I'm interested to see if she shows up.
I need everyone to roll a D100 for me.
Ma'am, don't ask me to roll a D100.
Please.
Can I ask you?
Oh, well, since you said please.
What is...
Thanks.
88.
What
I'll
do
write
you
it.
consider to be a 100?
We had this discussion this last
It should
time,
be
but
3
percentile
fucking
and
years.
it'd be 10.
You're all nuts.
10 and a 0.
10 and a
No,
0? Okay.
Yeah,
That
10,
makes no
10 and
sense.
double zeros.
It should be triple zeros. Fight me.
No.
40.
Okay.
55.
Okay.
14.
And what was Callan's?
88.
Okay. So the first hour, there is not a lot of foot traffic. I will say like small preparations that were made. The halflings and kobolds are doing their best on their very little training, but they are kind of like patiently waiting for people to start filing in. Piper she gave you all a dish before we actually opened. She has managed to make like a sort of mashed potatoes over a roast with a very like thick and like almost peppery gravy on it that is really good.
I literally just ate and you just made me hungry.
Like the meat, though a mystery, is like falling apart. It is perfectly cooked. It is a really good roast. But yeah, so once it starts to get dark, activity starts to pick up a little bit more. The first few faces are a little unfamiliar, and then familiar faces begin cycling in. A few of the guild leaders or people that you had like signed with, they come in for a drink. Emic does eventually kind of wander. He never fully comes in. Jacques kind of like sees him just doing circles around the block, kind of just keeping an eye on who's come in and out of the tavern for you guys.
He doesn't come in?
He does not come in tonight.
I will bring him a
Or
drink.
at least
outdoors.
Yet. Huh?
I will walk him out a drink.
Power move.
Okay.
I will bring him top shelf whiskey, our finest shit.
There's kind of like this standoff for a second because he was fully just doing laps and you just like came out right as he was about to pass by.
Good evening.
Hi.
I'm doing all right tonight.
Yeah, fine.
Just had to check things out for yourself, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Well, I know I was a bit confrontational, but
A bit.
such is my nature. A peace treaty, and I will hand the drink over to him, offer it at least.
He takes it and sips.
This doesn't have to be a direct competition. Though the feeling I got from you originally was you felt threatened. We mean you no harm.
A business this close always means harm, whether you intended to or not. I'm sure that you did not intend to make enemies. This was a nice peace offer. Enemies have already been made.
Very well.
Yeah.
Enjoy the drink and enjoy your night, friend.
Thank you. Good luck.
Damn. I'll take a good luck. Shit.
But a few more people begin showing up. Mason, I can't think of names right now. But Tristan and
Amelia?
the other girl, what?
Amelia,
yes. They come together, like pretty early. They're one of the first faces that you really see, coming in. And yeah, it slowly begins to fill up with people.
Do we see the Blackstaff?
Not right now, at least.
Okay. I'm going around and I'm kind of giving my performances to people, but I am always checking the door every time someone comes in because I'm like,
Absolutely.
I want to see
Can
her walk
I-
through that door.
Can I have, like, at some point went out and bought, like, a nice cake or something as, like, a celebratory we own a tavern now type of thing, and just make that, like, part of anyone who comes in, they get a slice of cake type of thing.
Sure. Absolutely.
Sorry, Danny, I know you want cake.
I gotta settle for the fucking peanut butter bread.
I mean, it looks so good though.
It
I
does.
love
That
toast.
bread
Home-
looks amazing.
Homemade
Mhm.
sourdough. My sister made it.
Is
I
that
have
one
sourdough
slice of bread?
Butter. Girl, yeah.
I cut it.
Yeah, what? She didn't just make one slice of bread.
No, I'm saying, like, that looks thick as fuck for one
It is
slice of
thick
bread.
as fuck. It looks
I
so
was
good.
hungry.
That looks delish, and I'm jealous. I'm about to make a fucking sourdough when I get back.
But yeah, so as the night continues, the door does open and immediately a hush falls over most of the tavern. The
Right.
black staff does enter and immediately kind of like look around her and kind of like tip her head towards Mason.
Mason wants to know why she's here.
I give her a little nudge.
I will
Tommy,
also,
you've been looking for her. You see her immediately.
I will make sure to walk up and greet her. Welcome to our tavern, Miss Blackstaff. I see that you've gotten our Mason's lovely invitation. And I say this
I did.
loud enough for Mason to hear me.
I did. And I'm honestly surprised at what you've all done with the place.
Well, that is high praise coming from one such as yourself.
It
Please,
looks really good.
make yourself at home.
Thank you.
I'm gonna just stare daggers at a Tommy and wait for him to notice me without the black stuff. And I'm just gonna like mouth, "You little shit."
I'm gonna mouth.
She does look towards you, Mason.
I'm gonna mouth back to
I
you.
will
This
take-
one's on you.
I will take your best special.
I'm gonna make the best thing I've ever fucking made in my life.
Performance check.
Roll a
Performance.
performance check.
Can I give Mason a bardic?
Absolutely.
I also
It's a D6.
It is a D6 currently.
What's my performance?
Okay.
+2.
Can I give her advantage since I'm helping behind the bar?
Sure.
Okay.
No, she's doing this.
Fine. Okay.
Oh, she refuses the advantage. Power move.
18.
All right. You feel
Wouldn't have
pretty
refused
confident
it.
in delivering that drink to her. Do you want to deliver it to her, or do you want one of the kobolds to run it out?
I'll do it.
All right. So she's kind of taken a corner booth where she can kind of see who's coming and going in the building. And she accepts it. Thank you. Do you have a moment to sit with me? Or, I mean...
I've got a moment, yeah?
Sure.
I hope you like it. It's technically my first day.
Thank you.
Seeing how different it is from just potions.
If we're being honest with each other, what do you want, Mason? What are your aspirations? What do you want your legacy to be?
Not where I thought she was going with this.
What do I want my legacy to be?
Who lives?
Simply put, I'd like to be powerful.
Fair. Powerful in what sense?
Powerful enough to protect the people I love. People that need it.
I'm familiar with your situation and what your family has been through, and I do offer my deepest condolences. I just really wanted to see what you wanted out of life.
I'd like to see the people around me safe.
That is a good answer. The academy is full at the moment, but next semester there are a few openings if you'd be interested in having your name put down.
I would.
All right. I may, of course, have a few favors to ask here and then, like the last one, but I will be in contact. I will let you get back to your bar.
Thank you. And she'll bow a little bit before going back over there, and her eyes are just like.
But yeah,
just still staring daggers at that fucker.
Quite. I would say a few more people come in. Mostly people like from the immediate neighborhood. Like I said, Fala. Let me look at the name specifically so I don't just start saying random. Let's see. Hammond, the one that sold you all the alcohol, he comes.
Free drinks.
Oh my goodness, where are the names?
Everyone gets free.
Hello.
Free drinks to a certain extent.
Vishal.
Yes. First drink.
He also comes after the bookstore closes. And Vincent.
Oh shit.
Vincent does come.
I will greet him at the door and give him a slight bow. Didn't expect to see you out of your office.
Thought I'd see what you all were up to.
Not bad, huh?
Not at all. I'm surprised. I haven't seen the building look this good in quite some time.
Well, we all put forth a decent amount of effort. It's a good little group we have here.
Looks like it.
Plus, I needed somewhere to gather new information, so it pans out.
Oh, absolutely. You'll never get better rumors than the ones going on in a bar.
So, is this pleasure or business?
Pleasure.
All
Unless
right.
things take a turn.
I'll cover your first drink.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
I will go pour me and him both a whiskey.
Okay.
And go up to my room really quick and get a cigar, and me and him will split a drink and a smoke.
All right.
Excuse me, this is a no smoking bar.
Did my mom come?
Absolutely. Your family was like the first one there. They came with Tristan and Amelia. They all came as like a big group, but to come support you.
I agree the fuck
Fuck
out
yeah.
of
There's a moment that like Tommy opens the front door and like the first people in front of the building are the cops, and he's just like, what? Oh wait, sorry, nope, damn, Mason's parents. Hello, welcome.
Ruby also comes.
Oh, I would love to say hi to her as she's
absolutely
sweet.
That is amazing. I'm just like, I don't think I've seen you in an establishment other than your own in years.
I thought I'd give it a try.
Well,
it's nice to change up the scenery every once in a while.
Step into the unknown, my dear. You never know what you may find.
Thank you.
And I will make sure as well as she is quite taken care of.
Absolutely. She will kind of go sit down at the bar, Callum. Hi.
Wonderful to see you.
Nice to see you again as well.
First drinks on me.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I will take whatever is your strongest.
That can be easily done. It's a drink. It's her.
There isn't much of a trying it. You don't fix her a shot, but she takes it like a shot.
Sweet. Yeah.
Power move.
That girl's constitution is incredible.
I can imagine.
But there is a sense of peace and happiness. You are all surrounded by people that you look up to or have, done something with. Mason, you are still kind of reeling over this information with the Blackstaff. Dante, you sit down to enjoy this cigar with Vincent. Callan, you're in this moment. And Atami, you are just really reveling in all of it. Like everything at once. You're kind of just floating around. It is at this point where I'm going to slow down time just a little bit.
I literally just wrote in chat, I'm like, she's gonna ruin it for us. Right
The windows rattle. That is the first thing that you notice. The second is the sound of screaming from the streets.
No.
I hop the
Absolutely
bar.
not.
The third
Yeah.
thing, and this is in a matter of less than 6 seconds, no one has time to react at this point. Your front windows shatter, and there is the smoke and sulfur smell of a fireball that was just cast outside of your building.
Holy shit, outside?
What the
Outside.
fuck?
And we're gonna take a quick intermission.
Shit!
Holy shit.
Ooh, Caitlin, you learned
Fireball?
cliffhangers really well.
Fireball.
Fire yum boss. Alright, we are gonna go ahead and go to an intermission, and when we get back, we may just find the source of the sulfur, the fire, and who fucked up our bar.
Yeah,
It was
this is
outside
nice
at least.
window.
At least it wasn't the building.
Right, thank God.
We'll see you guys then. And we're back.
So a fireball has just been set off outside. I will preface with the residents currently still inside the bar are almost everyone I have named so far. This has been a time of enjoyment for you all where the community that you have met so far is like coming together to spend time there. Mason, your entire family almost is inside. Everyone. So in a matter of before anyone else can react, by the time you look at where the black staff was sitting, she is gone.
That's fair.
Fair.
Everyone else is starting to react at this point, so if there's anything you would like to do, I will say we're not in initiative, but just for the sake of order, if everyone will roll initiative for me.
Goodness. Oh, decent.
16.
Killian Randolph, Tristan Calendar the third.
That is a 23 for me.
I got a 17.
Okay. So Dante,
What did
What
Tommy
you-
get?
16.
What's your dex?
Hold, please. +4.
Okay.
what is your first reaction to this?
Who?
Dante.
One moment. Let me look at my character sheet for just a second.
Oh, damn it.
Where is this? With my action, I'm just going to drop this cane on the floor, and it's going to disappear in like a pool of blood. And I'm going to reach down and pull my sword out of that pool.
Mhm.
And I'm going to look at Vincent and kind of just give him the look and start heading out the door.
All right. I'll say you can make it to the door with your whole like movement. And what you can see like immediately like as you open that door, there are about a dozen bodies kind of laying out on the streets. Smoke is still rolling off of kind of everything in this charred area. There are a few people that are either like still kind of standing there staring and in shock from what they have just seen. But we will kind of remain in initiative because things are going to move very quickly for right now.
Okay, can I say one thing to Jacques as I'm approaching the door?
Absolutely.
Keep all the civilians inside until things are clear.
Wait, I
He
was
will give you a
literally
nod.
just gonna tell them to go.
He does seem very panicked, but he will kind of like give somewhat of a agreement. Callan.
Do I hear him say to keep everyone inside?
Honestly, no. You were behind the bar. That's at the door. There's a lot going on.
Sorry, Dante. So I would I think I'm gonna hop up. I'm gonna hop up on the bar. I'm gonna conjure arms. And I'm just gonna say, "All right, everyone, remain calm. We are going to exit through the back door of the tavern."
Okay. Tommy?
I think that's it.
Very similar look that Dante gives to Vincent, I give to Ruby. With a kind of a message cantrip. Can you get everyone out of here?
Sorry, Dante.
I think
It's all right.
If you can get
I think
back
the
door,
gist of
please
what Dante was trying to do is just keep everybody from going out front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Y'all are
That
taking them out
and-
back.
To make sure our perpetrator does not escape with the crowd.
If you can get back here, we could use all the help we can get. And I will join Dante at the door. Am I able to make it to the same place that he is?
Yeah, you're also able to make it like right outside the door.
I will use my bonus action to give him a bardic inspiration. And it's not words, it's quite literally just me kind of looking at him and also giving him the nod. They're filing out back. Let's do what we need to do.
Let's protect our property.
Mason.
I'm hopping the counter and I'm heading out.
All right. So you also can make it to the outside of the building. The Blackstaff is kind of stood in the middle of this, already beginning to try to assess the damage or what could have happened. There are about 6 people that are still standing there, not including Jacques, that witnessed this. They are beginning to kind of back off in fear. She kind of calls for them to stop, but they're all beginning to sort of like start to run. Your parents come out at this point, and Tristan trying to assess what's going on. But yeah, so Dante, that will move up to your next round.
I can kind of see the chaos. I'm going to head towards the impact zone and make either a perception or investigation check. Try to see where this was set off from, if there's anyone fleeing down the street that looks suspicious, just a general gathering information.
Yeah. Roll an investigation.
Okay. That should be pretty good. One moment. That's going to be a 17.
You can't really tell much of anything. It just kind of looks like complete chaos to you. One thing that you do notice is 2 of the bodies, you do kind of make out one striking feature. They have the winged snake tattoo that represents they are members of the Zentarium.
And they're the bad fucks?
They're my boys.
Oh, they're your boys.
Yeah.
I always get that mixed up.
What's the other symbol that's bad guys?
It's like a circle with spokes on it.
It's like a beholder without a face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
Tommy, I think I'm going to need you over here. And as I call them over, I'm going to kind of wave my hand over my face and cast mage armor and summon my mask and my cloak.
I was gonna say only mage armor on the face. Protect the goods.
Gotta protect the goods.
Not the face, I have a career.
The face.
Is Vincent following us out?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that is all I can probably do in 6 seconds.
Callan?
I'm gonna start ushering people outside. Ideally, I will be the first one to open the door if I can.
Okay.
What do I see?
From that, like the back door,
Mm-hmm.
not much.
Great.
Just
That's
the
what I was
street-
hoping for.
The street as you were
Okay.
expecting it to be.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna lead everyone and just kind of try to corral them across the street.
Okay.
Ideally by some sort of barking, some sort of like. I'm thinking there's a fire. Meet by the mailbox. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's what I'm. So that's what I'm gonna do.
You're looking
All
for
right,
a landmark, basically.
Oh, I got a better idea. I'll even cast light or a minor illusion. Minor illusion. Screw it. I'm gonna just throw up a little minor illusion of like a blinking. Come this way.
All right. Atami?
I will heed Dante's call. As I'm walking over, can I clock any of the faces of the people running away that saw this?
Absolutely. Roll a perception check.
I would love to do that. That is a 16.
Okay. So you see an elderly woman, like human, who is moving a lot slower than the rest of them, but all trying to kind of back up at this point. There are two kind of cloaked figures that you can immediately clock as one of your own. There is a male gnome that is kind of like his cloak is partially burned. He is also running away and clutching a dagger. And then there are two female halflings who are playing the flute and fiddle. And yeah.
Actively?
Not at the moment. They were, and now you can safely.
I
Honestly,
love the
panic,
pause.
maybe.
I love the pause of actively.
You can see the instruments in their hands.
It's just, no, Tilly, we must get away. Okay, so I'll clock them. I'm not gonna try and go after them. Dante, what have you seen?
Next to nothing, honestly, which is a bit alarming. We need to set up a perimeter. The guards will be here any minute.
As I kind of go over, I'll take a look down at the two Zentara members. Any members of Xanathar's guild been seen?
No.
Not that I've made out yet. I need more time to identify what's going on.
I do not wish to wait the 10 minutes. I'm going to just actively use a spell slot and cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
See what kind of pings I get. I know this was obviously the remnants of a fireball.
Yes.
Do I get any sort of illusory spells or anybody trying to hide?
No. There are still the remnants of the spells. It doesn't seem that anyone has any magical items on them. There is nothing pinging you.
I assume the black staff is going off like a fucking
absolutely.
beacon.
Yes.
I've got a minor illusion up.
Multiple of the people that you see within 30 feet of you are shining with that, but in terms of what you kind of weren't expecting, there's nothing.
Okay. I could keep that up for... God, what's the duration on you? Up to 10 minutes?
Yeah.
So, until I have to concentrate on something else. So I'll just kind of keep that up. And, Yeah, that'll be it for me.
All right. Mason.
Mason also casts Detect Magic, as hers looks like her eyes are just constantly glowing blue. As she's also looking around, and is just gonna start investigating.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
Mason, what do your wizard eyes see?
21.
You kind of already pieced together what is going on for the most part. It's not entirely clear where it came from, but what is weird to you is most of the people that are kind of beginning to flee are normal people. Like, they are going about their day. That one dwarf, whose cloak is still kind of smoldering and has a dagger out. That is really the only thing that catches you as suspicious right now.
Is he a gnome or a dwarf?
I thought
He
you
was a
said
gnome.
gnome.
He was a gnome, my bad.
Okay. Just making
Little
sure.
small
I'm just-
Good
dwarf.
catch.
So I'll just, look at him, and just with keeping my eyes on him, though, I'm gonna point to him. And just hope that the rest of my party will get what I'm talking about.
Where are you?
I clock
I'm
you.
investigating. I'm out in
Are you
the
up front or
in the
back?
blast area.
In the front.
And, well, no, because I casted Detect Magic. I can't do much. So I'll just point at him.
Your mom is the first to respond to that. She dimensioned, not even Misty Steps, she can get there from there, to him and immediately tries to grapple him.
Shit.
In a sense of, grabbing his arm to stop him from running.
How far away are they?
About 80 to 90 feet at this point. Well, your mom rolled a nat 20 on that. So
Oh,
she
Yeah, Mom.
kind of snatches him by the arm. You can see her do that. Also, a shadow begins kind of darkening the immediate area above you, like something is coming down. A griffin is landing. Members of the Griffin's cavalry are beginning to show up. You can hear kind of the shouts of the city guard kind of beginning to bring down the alleyway. You get the feeling that while the Black Staff is allowing it, once they get here, all of the information will be gone.
What do you mean?
You guys will not be allowed to investigate it any further. They will kind of take over and move you out of the area.
It's on a need-to-know basis, and we are civilians.
Exactly. Yeah. Dante.
How far away is this dwarvish guy?
From you, easily 150 feet.
All right, not making it there. Cool. What is Vincent doing?
Doing the same thing, essentially, that everyone else is, and just trying to very carefully step around anything that could be evidence, leave everything untouched, but try to look at it from a different angle and see what you're not seeing.
Okay. You said there was really no one else suspicious fleeing. Have these bodies here. Blast radius. There's no loose items on the ground or anything.
There is a... One second. There's a gnome who, despite the kind of burns, you all have been in the sewers and can still kind of smell the remnants of the sewers in a sense. He does have a kind of pouch tied to his ankle.
I'm going to kind of kneel like I'm just investigating the tattoo and try to just slip my hand backwards and peel that open and feel inside the pouch and see what's there.
Roll me a
sleight of hand.
Yeah, thanks.
Ooh, natural 20.
You feel some gemstones rolling around in that bag.
Take them.
I'll take them.
Add
Do they feel like common gemstones?
add 100 gold piece gemstones to your inventory.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
And were these from like my people?
Hmm?
Were these like from my people?
No.
This guy has
this
like
is the-
okay.
the
This is just
doom.
different.
This guy is just an unnamed gnome.
Just some guy.
Oh, I see.
Who
Unnamed
happened to be
gnome
loaded.
who is loaded as all fucking get out.
Yeah.
Well, was.
That was not my intention, but I will take that fat loot.
To the victor go the loot.
But that will be your turn, Randolph.
Great. How fast did how quickly could I get up to our balcony?
That would probably take you about 2 or 3 turns, like for a
Too much
full
time.
dash.
I am going to. How about to get to the front of the house and help out?
About you could get there next round.
Okay. I'm gonna cast Kinetic Jaunt. I'm gonna try to get there as quickly as I can.
Okay. What does that do?
It increases my speed by 10 feet, and then also doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, and I can move through the space unoccupied by another. Move through the space of another creature. It doesn't count as difficult terrain. If you end your turn in another creature's space, you are shunted, but that's not it.
Okay.
I can like phase through things, it seems. Sweet.
That's cool. But yeah, so you can make it 40 feet since you use your action for that, but on the next turn you will be around the building.
Actually, that's a bonus action. Can I also dash?
Absolutely! You fully kind of like go around to the side of the building. From the area that you are coming from, you are now kind of face to face with these people that are running, are like beginning to back away. You can see Mason's mom firmly has a grasp on a gnome. The rest of your party is kind of scattered behind that, all trying to pick up any pieces of information they can. But yeah.
Sweet. In other news, my dog is currently sitting outside my room. She does this a lot. I think it's a guard dog thing. She's perfectly invited to come in.
Atami, I will say, you kind of like take a step back. And what wasn't originally kind of picking up for you with that detect magic, you do feel something kind of like at the edge of where the next building starts. There's like a stack of barrels. You see a ping, like the light coming from that picks up as magical.
Do I get the school of magic?
I don't know these things. We know this. One moment. Should it be common knowledge? Probably, but you know.
Girl, I'm terrible with my schools of knowledge.
I hate as a player asking for it because I know as a DM how much of a pain in the ass it is, but I also know that this would
I
be
know, but you gotta ask. I'm pretty sure it's conjuration, but I don't want to promise that.
I'll take
it. And so this is in like a corner, like
it's
between
evocation.
buildings.
Evocation.
Yeah.
This is not necromantic. Pink and necromantic.
And this is like in between buildings in like a.
Essentially.
Okay. I have to touch it to do it, but can I get there with my movement?
Absolutely.
I will get there with my movement. And
all right. So you kind of begin peeling back these barrels that were disrupted by the fireball. There is a necklace with shining, almost orbs attached to the side of it. There are 4 of them.
Is it a necklace of fireball?
Yeah, the fuck is.
Holy fuck!
Look, man, I was gonna cast
shit.
Identify. There's no fucking point. I can put two
There-
and two together.
Well, but
There are
does
4
does it
remaining
tell me no?
castings.
Holy shit!
I will make sure that I have on my fancy performance gloves, so as not to get fingerprints on these. And I will pick this up and kind of stow it away. Am I being looked at by any of the cops, Griffin Riders, or the Blackstaff?
Because the Griffin's cavalry is here, roll me a sleight of hand.
Sure.
You can do it. I believe in you.
My sleight of hand is pretty good.
Ma'am, are those Doritos?
That is cocked. I'm just gonna roll the other dice.
Caitlin, are you eating Doritos?
Yeah,
Are they nacho cheese?
they're spicy nacho.
13.
I know what ingredient is in nacho cheese Doritos.
What was that?
13.
Okay. So, fuck.
Oh, there's red fucking food dye in there, isn't there?
Yes, there fucking is.
That one doesn't affect me. I don't know.
What? Red? Bitch, what?
Doritos don't make me sick. I don't know why, but like that's one of the
I'll take it.
variations.
Maybe the dosage is just so low.
I don't know. They're very red. But anyway. I know, all right.
I called the phone.
So you do kind of like begin to stand up and pocket this. And the rider kind of immediately, you found something.
Oh shit.
Yes. Actually, something I think might be quite useful to your investigation. Gonna pretend like I was doing this the whole time. Definitely was going to pocket this, but they don't need to know that. And I will approach the rider, if I have any movement left.
Yeah.
And say, this may not have actually been a caster at all. I believe this might have been, this item that has caused this.
Can you imagine a magic item? Like, and it's just, sorry, real quick. It's fireball balls, right? And they have like the components inside it as well as like a cat. Like it's like that's so cool.
Mason.
So I pointed.
Mm-hmm.
Fireball necklace.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Is there any?
Look for?
I mean, I also got detect magic up, so I probably am picking up the ping from the necklace.
Yeah, now that they brought it closer, yes.
I'm gonna double dash to my mom.
Okay.
I've done my investigating.
You could pat the guy down.
Oh yeah, I'll pat the Xanathar's guild. Nope, I'll pat the Zentarium dudes down.
Roll an investigation check for me.
$16.
So most of them, or there's 2 of them, but they have a good amount of weapons on them for it to just be the 2 of them. There are several daggers and knives stuck in random places in their armor, like leather armor. But there is a note that is mostly burned at this point. But you can kind of fish it out of one of their pockets without it like completely crumbling to ash. And the only thing that you can make out is the very bottom of it, where it just says, at any cost, bring him back.
Do I recognize the handwriting at all?
Roll a history check.
You know, if you want to know Zentarim's handwriting, you might want to hand it off to somebody else who might know.
23.
You do not recognize his handwriting.
She doesn't bug me.
You're busy right now. Is there anybody looking at me?
Not at the moment, no.
I'm
I'm
away.
gonna stuff it in my shirt.
Atami has the attention of the only person that would be looking at any of you. So, fair.
Gently, so that it does not crumble.
Uh-huh.
That would be the worst. Ash in the bra. Ugh. Sand.
I will say it is at this point that we will end our initiative order. The City Watch does arrive and immediately begin, like, ushering you all either back into your tavern or off the street one. They don't care, you just can't be there. So slowly try to back you all up. Your parents, Mason, your mom still has a hold of the gnome. Your dad is trying to go to some of the other witnesses to see it and discuss what happened with them. So where do we want to start?
I am assuming that the necklace was confiscated.
Honestly, as you go to hand it over, the black staff kind of like stops your hand for just a second. They can have that as a thanks. We know what it is. Just keep it for yourselves.
Shit. I like her.
That is an amazing amount of trust that you put into us, Miss Blackstaff, and it will not go unnoticed.
I hope it is well placed.
And there is a smile. There is a slight shit disturber smile, but he gives a nod. And I will pocket it, and yeah, you start heading back into my bar.
Dante, Vincent kind of gives you a nod. I'm leaving before the city guard gets here, so I will see you later.
I'll be in touch soon.
And he kind of disappears into the shadows of the alley.
Do we know who Vincent is?
Two of us do.
Vincent Trench Detective Agency.
No,
that's my boss.
I know. Does my character Callan?
No.
No, you have no clue.
Well, sweet.
I do.
Tommy does.
Yes.
I had a little meeting with him. Heading back into the bar, do I see, has Ruby returned?
Ruby funneled out with the rest of the people being led away. You do know that your last orders were to stay low.
Yeah.
And she's very big on disappearing before any law enforcement shows up.
How late is it?
It is about 10 o'clock at night, like, right? Pretty late.
Okay. I'll let you do what you're doing, Kira.
I just kind of come in, and I'm just kind of like walking through the bar, wishing to hell I had the mending cantrip, looking at all these blown-in windows. Well, they're always going to remember the first day.
Hard to forget at this point.
It was certainly a blast.
To say the least.
People are dead.
I'm gonna.
I think before Mason heads in, she's gonna go up to Vajra and just say, was there any help needed down here with like gentle repose or anything on the bodies?
No, the city guard will carry them all back to the morgues. We're going to get to the bottom of this, don't worry. Thank you all for your help. I'm very sorry about your opening. I wish I understood what was going on in the city right now. This kind of thing doesn't happen often.
Just let us know if you need help.
Thank you. Stay safe.
You too. Now, then she'll head in.
Okay. Dante, Jacques does kind of follow you in. Oh, can I talk about what just happened now?
Of course, Jacques.
There were a bunch of people. I mean, a few of them were in line, hadn't quite gotten to them yet, making them wait like we talked about. And, I just... These two people started shouting. And then out of nowhere, a metal man threw something. It blew up. He came in, picked something up off the body, and ran away. A metal man.
A metal man?
A metal man. Like, I don't know if it was really good armor, but that was a metal man.
Wait, don't we know? Wasn't there
do.
something that there was it was the old lady who had the metal thing.
Yeah, she,
The automaton.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some fucking Vincent Trench detective work here, and I want to sit down with Jacques and try to get a profile drawing of his description of this metal man.
Okay. I'm gonna see how well Jacques remembers it. I'm gonna give him advantage on it, because you're coaxing him through it, and that was a natural 3.
The gargoyle.
Okay.
Ocoria.
So, from the details that you are getting from Jacques, it does not sound like the gargoyle's guardian.
Ah, damn it.
What do I know about? I know that Waterdeep has quite a few automatons. It's almost like something they're known for. Hence,
Absolutely.
they have celebrations and everything around them. Do I know if there's a manufacturer? If there is, are they common to work with guilds? Are they more do they work with the wizards? What is their place in the city, and where would I find a lot of them, or possibly some that are malfunctioning or decommissioned?
Honestly, there are a lot of automatons all over the city for various different reasons. The more humanoid, in a sense of fluidity and movement, things that could possibly be to this level, would normally be with a wizard, but it depends because they sell. I mean, they're what everyone wants in a sense, and if you're in the automaton world, that's what you're kind of vying over. So it could be from a multitude of different sources.
Would it be accurate to say that someone who would own a model like this would either be rich, important, or both?
Yes.
Now, Jacques, can you tell me, were they heading deeper into the dock ward or to a different part of the city?
I don't know my way around. They went straight, but no. I don't know where they went.
Thank you so much, Jacques. This has been very enlightening. Why don't you get yourself some dinner and then walk your way home, get some rest, and we'll see you back here tomorrow, same time.
Okay, thank you. And as he kind of stands up, the kitchen door swings open. Piper sticks her head out. What the fuck is going on out there?
That's a
lot.
really good question.
At this point, can I have talked to the group of people that were our guests, told them
absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us for the evening, but we're gonna, since things got a little crazy, call it a night. Send them on their way, tell them that we'll probably be back up and running soon, within tomorrow, if not the next few days, after we get this window fixed, and send them on their way. Tell them we appreciate them coming.
Mm-hmm.
Meet up with, head back on inside, talk to the workers specifically, and let them know, probably aside from Piper, just let them know, hey, we're gonna get you guys a little bit extra for tonight. Thank you for being here dealing with this. This should not happen most of the time. So thank you. And meet back up with everyone.
Sounds good.
Hi, Piper. Absolute chaos. That's what happened. But everyone that was in the tavern, at least, is all right.
Did you not hear the giant bang and the screaming? We're talking to Piper.
Yeah, Piper.
I mean, I heard, like, some screaming, but I assumed a fight.
Fair to assume in the future, if you hear screaming, come on out.
At the very least,
sometimes,
take a look.
sometimes
Right.
as a chef, you can't just walk away from what you're doing in the middle of it. Like, I hear you, but, like, I was in the middle of something very important.
Absolutely understand. Although your life is much more important than the meat.
She produces one of the, like, very large knives from her waist. I think I can handle myself just fine. Just maybe, like, holler, get out, something next time. But
I did. No, I don't say that.
So, like, I do believe I corralled everyone out of the fucking building. There are magic item shops in Waterdeep, right?
Absolutely.
Do I know if there's any that would specify in offensive magic items, such as a necklace of fireballs?
Most of the magic items are kind of just like what they have at that moment that they've been able to trade for. It is all sorts of different collections of many different things. So not one that you know that specifically specializes in it, no.
Okay. So it might be worth
to
going across all of them then.
I would like to rally everyone and talk through what we know about this situation, like besides this point.
Right.
So far we know we have an automaton, disrupted some kind of disagreement between the Zentarium and Xanathar's guild, and made their way off with an item. Now, I believe we've heard of a certain item that both of these groups are fighting for.
I'm gonna pull in out of my dress. I did find this on one of the Zentarium members. It's a bit burnt, but do you recognize the handwriting?
Meh.
Please also roll a history check.
That's a natural one.
No.
This does not look familiar to you.
You're kidding.
I don't. I could cross-reference it with some of my inner circle and see if they would know. If you're comfortable with me hanging on to this.
Go for it.
Yeah, so we know that the automaton must have had this, and I will produce the necklace. And then ditched it behind some barrels. I don't know why it wouldn't just take the rest of it with it. I suppose it doesn't have fingerprints to analyze, but I don't know. Why wouldn't you keep the rest? Unless
I assume
it was knocked out of its hand.
I would assume it's working on very strict instructions. These things typically, not always, don't have much free will. But it seems as though if it was this kind of fight spilling out in the streets, and this automaton has to be a part of some sort of third party. DM, can I make a history check to remember what the guilds are fighting over? Because I cannot remember it exactly.
Xanathar and Zentarium?
Yeah.
I won't make you roll for that because that was discussed pretty frequently in game time. It is the Stone of Galore, which is basically a memory that has been crystallized that houses where a large sum of dragons are.
Okay. If I had to make a guess, I would assume this stone everyone's looking for made its way outside of our tavern. And the two groups, as they have been for weeks, if not months now, came to a head fighting for it, and whoever this automaton is working for caught wind of it and sent a soldier in to scoop it up.
It just seems oddly convenient to be tonight.
Isn't it always?
I suppose.
Seems we do not have the best luck necessarily. Or perhaps the best luck in the city. It depends on how you look at it.
What is a key piece of information that they would know out there? Do you think that the Black Staff knows where the Stone of Galore is?
I think if they knew where it was, it would already be in their possession. Someone of that power, caliber, they could waltz their way into any den of thieves, ne'er-do-wells, and take what they wanted.
Mason, how does the Black Staff deal with a trade of information?
I'd say it would probably depend on the kind of information you're willing to trade and how sensitive the information is that you're wanting.
I would just want to know how much she knows about the Stone of Galore. And I think I might be willing to give some interestingly sensitive information myself. Through the blown out windows, am I able to make eye contact with the Black Staff? Is she still outside?
She's still outside, although she is not currently looking at the tavern. She's more discussing with what looks like a captain of the city guard what happened.
Is she... One moment. Is she within range of a message cantrip?
Yes.
I'm going to shoot a message cantrip her way.
Interrupt your conversation.
Miss Blackstaff, it is a Tommy. I have a piece of information. If you wouldn't mind me asking a question of you, if we could talk privately, please.
She kind of like immediately holds a hand up at the captain guard and comes back into the tavern.
I'll take her off to the side, kind of away from the group. What do you know of the Stone of Galore? The Old Wives' Tale?
I know enough about what's going on between the Zentarium and Xanathar's Belt. They're both fighting over it. We also think that that was the root of this.
Our bouncer for the evening saw a large automaton make his way away from this ground zero, as it were, with an item they were unable to describe. After throwing something down, and I don't know if you might remember something that when thrown down might create a large explosion, but...
Well, your bouncer gathered more than most of the others did, so kudos to him. I'll tell you what I managed to get from one of the other witnesses is the automaton looked like one of the ones that are held at the Temple of Gond, maybe. I'm gonna be tied up here for a while. The city watch can be sloppy. Maybe you all can go look into it.
Could we potentially have something in writing from either the Griffins, the Griffin Riders, or yourself that gives us permission to explore?
Absolutely. She will just kind of like reach into her pockets and produce a slip of paper that, as she hands it to you, words writing themselves on it.
Cool.
Now,
Awesome.
I mean,
Your
you
receipt.
must write things with your hand at some point.
When I'm at my desk.
Thank you. We will look into this.
Good luck. If things get hairy, turn back, and we'll figure it out.
Very well.
And she heads back outside to continue with the guards.
I'll walk back over to the group. Well, not only do we have our next area to investigate, but we actually have... and I'm going to look over at Mason as I just kind of cock a little sly smile and say, fully legal means of doing said investigation.
Well, that's wonderful.
What a rare luxury indeed.
I will also 100% note down, at least in my memory, the handwriting of the Black Staff.
So the thing about that is,
That's not handwriting.
I know that's not handwriting, but...
it's not handwriting. It is a perfect script in a sense.
Almost like it was typed out.
Yes.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah.
That's probably why she does it.
I'll note that as well, because there's probably not a lot of people in the world that can do that.
There is like a certain stamp on it that would recognize her at her position. There's not a signature though in her handwriting. It is just a scripted text.
Yep.
Yep.
It looks almost automated.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Legalese.
But, you know, if
Like,
she...
did she conjure it, or did she just have these in her pocket and she did a little prestidigitation?
All I know is that apparently when she signs papers that allow people to explore certain areas, that's the script she uses. So
And the stamp.
and that's the stamp she uses. And I can't think of any reasons why I would want to maybe give that sort of thing to the Zentarium, but
Man, the first second we abuse these powers.
ma'am, the first second I get, I will abuse these powers.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like the first thing I want, like I want to get proficiency in, if I can, with like leveling up through Bard, is that of forgery tools.
Uh-huh.
Because then I am basically going to become the faceless man from Game of Thrones. So...
Oh my god.
Dante, one thing that I did fail to mention on that history check that you rolled, there is one place, and it's because I haven't read that far yet, and we're playing as we're reading right now. But the Temple of Gond that the Black Staff mentioned, they are the host of the annual parade of automatons. Essentially, they are a collection of inventors and people that make extravagant automatons, and that could be a starting place. Sorry, I hadn't read that far.
No, you're good. And Dante would know Gondians are kind of just known for their craftsmanship, that they're very good with technical things.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm sure you're all extremely exhausted. But in this line of business, it is best to strike while the iron is hot. We all know what happened last time we waited.
That's fair.
Go in the dead of night?
No better time. Strike while they're settling in and think they have a victory.
Works for me. I got no other plans tonight except for opening a tavern, so...
And I might be able to get us a couple of shortcuts on the way there. If you guys don't mind wading through a little water.
Not in the slightest.
Then come out the back. I believe I saw ourselves an entrance.
Yeah, that would be so convenient. Just an entrance to the sewers right here.
There's an entrance to the sewers that we might have accidentally seen in the pages of the book right behind the tavern.
Oh, shit.
I was thinking the same thing.
Shit!
You guys.
You have not trash memory.
That maybe Callan also might have seen when he led the group out behind him.
So there's this, I don't know how we didn't notice before, but there's...
that's just convenient. Let's go.
Mason, you coming along?
Yeah, I got nothing better to do.
Wonderful. Piper, go home.
Will do.
If there's any food left over that hasn't been, eaten, there's not going to be any more patrons left. So feel free to pack it up and
Actually,
take it with you.
while you're at it, the cake, I would love, like, whatever is left of it. Maybe save a few pieces, but I would love most of it packaged for me to take to a friend.
Okay.
Thank you. And I shall do that later, so don't worry about that now.
You have friends?
No, actually, I don't.
You want it for yourself?
No! I'll explain later.
Explain on the way. We're going to have some time walking.
And it is a long walk. This is in the north ward of the city, so probably about a good hour and a half walk from the tavern.
I'm leading them through sewer shortcuts.
Okay. So, about 45 minutes to an hour, and you're all soaking and smell like shit.
It ain't my dress.
Yeah, when I cast
we are all wearing our... I would assume we would have changed.
There's no time for changing clothes.
Damn it!
That is the most Callan comment I've ever heard.
Would you all like the extra 15 minutes of walking so we don't smell like shit?
Absolutely not.
No, we can... Yes, but... I'll just take it to the cleaners later.
So yes, you all get closer with the sewers, absolutely. And there is kind of like a temple district in a sense. The Temple of Gondian is massive. It is a like huge pillars supporting it. As you kind of enter the like large entryway, you begin to see some of the other creations that have made and like that they are known for. There is a probably 15-foot tall, completely metal elephant that is kind of pacing in a little pinned-in, not a very large pinned-in area in one of the corners. There is a like massive like stone, not a stone, but massive clock in the dead center that is made of stone and wood and glass, and there are like bells that hang down from it that are made of the glass, and it is almost breathtaking in the way that they move. There is a little miniature model of a mechanical dragon turtle that has a brass plate affixed to it that says Big Belchy, sank in the Deepwater Harbor on the Day of Wonders in 1363.
Hell yes.
Belchy.
It's my dude, Big Belchy.
There's also a miniature model of a submarine shaped like a manta ray, and it has a brass plate affixed to it that says the Scarlet Marpanoth, Lantonese submersible, launched in 1489. So a lot of it is just like memorabilia representing those breakthrough technology moments for them.
Madam dear.
There is a bronze dragonborn woman kind of like sat and kneeled as you get past this like entranceway, and she immediately looks up to you. Yeah, it's a bit late. Can I help you all with anything?
Alexa, did you have something that you wanted to ask?
Oh, I was just wondering, Madam DM, what year is it? You don't have to answer now.
Why would you ask me that?
Because
you
now
said
mentioned
established
timelines.
1492 or something like that.
Yeah, but
And
that's
Columbus
just
sailed
because
the
it's on the
ocean
page
blue.
of the book.
So don't worry about it. Just at some point, I would love to know.
In the year of our multiple
Curiosity.
lords.
Does it tell me? I know it does tell me, but like, when does it tell me?
Well,
But
we'll
yeah.
get there. You can tell us.
Later,
I'll find
it's
that for
fine.
you.
Don't worry about it.
Hello there. Sorry to disturb you. We're here, on behalf of an investigation. A very large automaton was seen, causing a very large explosion nearby. Do you recognize this make and model? And I will gesture to Dante's drawing that he has managed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold open my little pocket flip book where I keep my notes.
Cute.
So I will also say that through the coaxing of Dante, you got more of the like truth of what this automaton looked like. And where he was saying like very big automaton, he was referring to like very big for like a big toaster, you know what I'm saying? Like not quite like big for like it was smaller than he was, but big for a robot.
What
but
what,
it
what
is
in the
a
R2D2 are we looking at here?
basically a
Is it a man?
C3PO. It
Oh
is. It
shit!
is a man, but like a slender version, a solid brass version of a C3PO in a sense.
Okay, we're looking at a protocol droid, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will gesture to the picture.
That looks like Nim.
Nim?
Nim. N-I-M.
Is there a way we could speak with Nim?
He's normally in the attic. You're more than welcome to go check.
You didn't see Nim leaving at any point in time tonight?
No, but like I said, there are windows and
returning.
access points in the attic. He kind of comes and goes as he pleases.
Is there an entrance separate to there?
I can show you where unless you have a way to fly up to the roof, I'll show you where the only other entrance is.
We're not supposed to do that.
That's true.
Aren't we not allowed
We're
to
not supposed to be
fly,
airborne.
ma'am?
I'm trying to scope
I was
out. Like,
thinking
is there
about
a
that.
window? They said there was windows to the attic.
There are very small windows, like mailbox, sized windows, but you can kind of like clock as you were going in, like roof access points.
How about this? I'm gonna allow you all to go and question Nim. I'm gonna make my way to the roof in case they try to escape as you enter.
That's probably a good idea.
You getting up there?
I am just going to freak you all out really quickly and just walk up the wall as though it was the street.
You gotta teach me how to do that.
We absolutely need to throw a laydown of abilities because you cannot just simply walk up a tower.
I'll explain later. And Mason will have lessons, don't worry.
I actually kind of enjoy the surprise and the mysteriousness.
I don't often enjoy being surprised. But, shall we go talk to a robot?
Yes, we shall.
She does lead you to the attic. It is up kind of a flight of stairs. And it is a typical attic where it's a like hatch that she has to pull down to lower the ladder. As you guys climb upstairs, it is dusty up here. It doesn't look like these steps are very commonly used at all, really. Like they're creaking and kind of bowing under your weight. But you get up there. And there are all sorts of small trinkets and things like almost like fidget toys in a sense. And in one of the corners there is the automaton that you are looking for. However, on sight, he immediately kind of like springs to his feet and begins like looking around for an exit.
Message cantrip.
Uh-huh.
We are not enemies. We just simply need to know if the plan went to fruition.
He kind of like waves his arms, like he doesn't have a mouth necessarily. So he does begin moving his hands. Is anyone fluent in sign language?
No.
Is that
What
a
the
language
fuck?
we could have
No, hold
chosen?
on a
I would have
second.
chosen
Hold
sign
on a
language.
second.
That's so
Given-
cool.
Hold on. Given that was not an option on D&D Beyond, I will cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay.
Also,
there you go.
message cantrips can be responded to telepathically.
Yes. And wait, isn't it that if they speak any language?
Correct.
Can message be telepathically? Because message itself is not telepathically. You still have to speak the message
That's a
out
good
loud.
You have
point.
to whisper it.
Yeah.
That's an interesting point.
Can reply in a whisper.
Like, I think sending is
Sending's
completely telepathically.
telepathic. Messages, you have to whisper it.
Yeah.
And whisper a message.
Because it's still technically a verbal component, but that's what I'm curious of.
Yes.
This is gonna be DM's discretion because
and can reply in a
it's
whisper that
verbal.
only you can hear. So, if they cannot whisper, they cannot reply.
I cast Comprehend Languages.
So, Nim immediately begins signing, and by the time you have the spell cast, they're already like halfway through the sentence, really. But you do get the
I then
gist
sign, please restart.
No,
They
you
kinda
can't
slow.
speak it. Wait, you can't. That's tongues, babe. You can only understand it.
I'll message to him.
Please restart.
Sorry, my interpreter is new at this. Please, slowly.
He begins signing. And it is essentially, I don't know why you're here, I don't know anything.
I'm going to kind of move my left hip to the side. Is the lady still up with us?
No.
Okay.
You just showed us.
I'm going to just kind of flash the necklace. I managed to retrieve the rest of your equipment. Trust me on this. We are not your enemies. But as you know, in the circles we run, trust is vital. So I tell you this, not as a threat, but as a precaution. Your exits are covered.
That's a threat.
He kind of begins to lower his hands. And in very quick succession, produces something from one of the tables next to him and throws it. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Fuck me in the eyes. Ah!
I got an
Natural
18.
one. Thanks, David
Okay.
Brown. Is this another fireball?
Probably. $25.
Natural one.
Talon, you take 27 points of fire damage.
Bye guys.
My dude got another one?
Sorry, dude.
Oh,
Gone.
you're out?
Yep, I have 24. That was 27.
That is halved for both of you.
27 halved?
Yes.
So 13.
Yeah. And I need everyone to roll for initiative. And that is where we'll end. We won't start initiative this late.
We pissed off the robot.
I'm down.
Okay, yeah, what's everybody's initiative? We'll have it ready.
Oh, I'll still roll, I guess. Oh yeah, because I need to roll death saves. 7,
Unnatural 20.
11,
22.
Okay.
a 20. No, just kidding. I got a 7.
How big is this attic?
17. No,
Not big at all.
just roll.
Did
What the
he
fuck
take
did I just
damage
roll?
from it?
Yes.
Okay.
7 plus 4.
But more importantly, the walls around you also took damage from it. It definitely weakened the structure of the walls.
Am I able to see down upon this scene from the rooftop access?
Have you opened the rooftop access, or were you just kind of... Because I'll say you can hear the fireball go off.
I probably
What'd you
wouldn't
get,
have.
Alexa?
I got 11. My sister just wrote to me. Some guy just told me I have a pretty resting bitch face. At least it's pretty, right?
Fair.
What kind of fucking negging is that shit?
Man. Don't know.
And I suppose that is where we will be calling it
Oh,
for tonight.
Yes.
Once again, a huge thank you to our DM, Caitlin, for running this amazing campaign. The
Thank
plot
you.
thickens, the fireballs quicken, and the tavern is off to a bang. We will see how the rest of this story shapes up next time, and we will see you all by the firelight.